Come closer, come closer. Come on, man, you're too far away. Let's get into it. All right, man. Woo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How about this last episode of Into the Badlands, Season 3, Episode 14, Curse of the Red Rain. Man, oh man, like where do we start, you guys? There's so much to talk about. I know where we start. How about this? Make sure you watch this whole video because I got some theories. And plus, I'm going to explain to you what I would have done if Al had gotten the call, if I had gotten the mission to go and take Cressida out. And I promise you, it would have ended differently. So there's so much to get into. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because this is the best community on YouTube. And if you like action, adventure, sci-fi, or fantasy, then you are in the right place because that's all we cover on this channel. So, I'm not really sure where to start. Let me start by asking you guys a question. I have a question about Kanan to you because I want to know if anybody agrees with me. I'm really shocked, man, at her disposition because I thought that she would be a lot wiser than what she is. Now, when they talked about her before we saw her in the show, I pictured her as Sunny's older sister, as someone with sobriety, someone with wisdom, someone that was able to guide Sunny to correct maybe wrong thinking, but that's not what we get at all. When we meet her, we get somebody whose mind's twisted and still, to an extent, is twisted. I'm surprised that she does not see the gravity or the importance of dealing with Pilgrim's threat. You just wouldn't picture her being like that. Now, I get that she has a mission, which is to keep Sunny safe, and I understand even all that's going on with her and the boats and the gorge, and they find the boats, and she's like, listen, we're going to get on the boat, and then we're out. Like, I'm surprised she can't see that you can't run away from Pilgrim. You got to deal with that threat. Now, I do not think, as Baji keeps suggesting, that she is not really Team Sunny, that she kind of has it out for Sunny. I don't think that that's true. I think that she genuinely wants to protect him. And what I see happening from here on out is one of two things. I see her either going back and connecting with Magnus and somehow convincing Magnus that he really does need to lend the Dark Lotus to Sunny to be able to quell the threat of Pilgrim. And either he convinces her and that happens, or she goes back, they get into it, she ends up killing him, and Magnus gives the command to the soldiers to support Sunny in the efforts, and I think it goes down that way. I also think that something might happen towards the end in these last two episodes to not carry her on in this show. I know it's ending on AMC, but I think that she probably will not live throughout the rest of this season because I'm not sure how pivotal her character is after that main interaction with Pilgrim. I don't think she's that important of a character. I think to some extent she's kind of disposable. I know some people are like, don't talk about Sunny's sister like that, Al. We won't stand for it. I know some of you guys might like her, but those are just my thoughts. So I wanted to give you guys that about her, but I do think that she is going to be very important in what happens in the culminating kind of fight or the culminating showdown with Pilgrim. Also, there is a key too that we saw, I think, a couple of episodes ago, and some of you guys mentioned that in the comments as well. And whatever that key unlocks, I think will be very, very important also in helping Sunny as well deal with Pilgrim. Let's talk a little bit about MK. And it's like hard for me to even say that without, I feel like saying MK because that's how sick he has made me. I have no love for that dude at all now, and I know some of you guys that's still your guy. I feel like I always have to say that because I want to respect the opinions of those in the community, but I'm done with him, man. I was hoping that he would just explode when they were trying to get through the Widow's defenses. I was done. I was hoping that was it, but I will say this. I do think that battle is the linchpin of a possible turning point for MK. Here's why I say that. Let me know what you think. I think that the fact that Pilgrim left him is going to be a problem because I do think that MK was starting to waver a little bit on Pilgrim. I think, honestly, that he is really still trying to convince himself to an extent that he is 100% Team Pilgrim, but I don't think that he is. But I think that we will find out which way he actually moves as a result of him getting hurt in this battle. And the reason I say that, I think the lies are part of that. I think he's really kind of trying to convince himself when he lied about how he took out the master. You are a liar, MK. Talking about, I stabbed her in the front because I wanted her to see who it was that was taking her out. Man, please, you stabbed her in the back. What kind of foolishness is that? Now, I do want to jump a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about the widow, because, first of all, Cressida's a liar. Let me say that. And the reason I stopped and jumped in with Cressida's a liar, because the whole thing about the widow being pregnant. But do you guys think she's lying? That's a question to you. Do you think that she's playing with her mind, or do you think that she's lying? If she's not lying, that's a really interesting dynamic there, because that could hold some possibilities for the show if it moves forward, especially if it moves off of the platform of AMC. I don't know what they're going to do with that in the next 2 episodes. Couldn't do anything unless we had some big flash forward future jump in the final episode, but I doubt that's going to happen. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. Do you think that Cressida was messing with her mind, or do you think that she wasn't telling her the truth? That's interesting to me, because I do think it might have some bearing on kind of what she does in coming episodes. So that's why I asked you guys that question. Now, let's jump and talk about Cressida and Lydia. Let me tell you something. If that was me, if I had been given a call, if I had been given the orders, there's no way it would have went down like that. Because I'm going to tell you what would have happened. First of all, I probably would have lopped her head off as soon as if I was a widow, I would have taken her out right then and there. But I for dang sure would not have let her live in that cell. So if it was me and I was going down there, first thing I need to do is I need to see your hands. She's sitting there, I can't see your hand. Hold on, let me see your hands. And if I can't see her hands, I'm throwing stars, like I'm throwing butterflies or something. Because I don't know what's under that cloak. But I'm going to tell you what, as soon as I open that cell, I'm getting across that room as fast as I can. And I'm slicing and dicing. I'm not having any conversation with you. You're about to die. You can take it on your feet or you can take it on your knees. I'm slicing and dicing. No conversation necessary. None. Wouldn't have went down like that. You know you can't let a witch mumble some words. Might be putting a spell on you or something. You got to stop that immediately. That's the mistake that she made. That's the problem she had. And that's why she went out like that. Wouldn't have happened like that if you put old Al on the job. I guarantee you that. But the good part about that is, Moon is pissed. Moon is like, oh, man. I'm telling you, I see Cressida's head rolling. Because Moon's not going out like that. Moon is not going, I know he is mad, man. He is mad. And then they stopped her right there. I hope they pick up with him in responding to that. I don't want to wait to the end of episode 15. I want to see that immediately. Because that brother is mad. So, anyway, I just wanted to put that before you. I just wanted you to know how I would have done it. I'm curious to know what you would have done. That's what I would have done had I been given the job. I've been given the orders. But a lot of you guys said that you were worried. I was worried too, honestly. When she said it, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. Not going to go down like we all had hoped. But initially, I was hopeful. I was like, man, maybe she might pull it off. And then when she started mumbling, I was like, oh, man. Oh, crap. And then when the eyes went red on Cressida, I was like, well, that's a wrap. So, but I do want to make a comment about that, the eyes going red too, because I do not think that was any variation of the gift. I think that was some kind of incantation spell or whatever she did that allowed her to actually have that fighting ability, which I do think is a nod to Lorraine Tucson, the actor who plays, or the actress who plays Cressida, because one of the things that she did say in an interview is she said she always wanted to be in a show where she could mix it up, where she could actually fight. And she had not gotten to do that in any of the episodes prior. So I think they gave her this as a gift because it's something that she wanted from part of her character. Excuse me while I take a sip of the H2O. So I really do think that was a nod to her. And they gave her something that she wanted. But man, I was really sad when that happened. Oh man, I was like, wasn't super surprised because I thought Lydia might go. But at the same time, it just broke my heart to see it. If you want more ITV talk, make sure you click the link right there. We've got tons of theory videos on the show. Also, consider supporting us on Patreon if you find value in what we are bringing here. This is the best community on YouTube. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the comments, of course, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.